So I'm here with April Simpkins, and I have to admit, she's my shero. April, you just have to tell your story. I know your mom, your wife, your business owner. Tell us a little bit about your journey.
I am. I started off, I want to say years ago, I was an athlete when I was in school.
Okay.
And I was a sprinter, so distance running really wasn't my thing. But as I got older and life caved in on me, I moved away from working out. So I wasn't as active. I think I was just riding on sheer genetics. Mm-hmm. And as I had more and more children, I realized I'm going to have to put some effort into this if I want to still fit into my clothes.
Right.
So I got into running. After I had my sixth baby is when I got into running.
Did y'all hear that? She said after you had your what?
Number 6.
Baby number 6.
Baby number 6. So running became this thing that I had to put effort into because I do own a business.
Right.
And my company at the time was located in 2 states. We had North Carolina and South Carolina. And I have employees. I'm a wife. I'm active in my community.
Right.
And I have all the children and a granddaughter. And I still wanted to stay in shape. I still had to find a way to take care of me. And so running just became this thing that I did. It was shut out the world and get focused and just go run.
Right.
And it didn't require a lot of equipment, just some good running shoes and good headphones. And I could take off any time that I wanted to and kind of get centered.
Okay.
And so it stuck with me. And I actually brought fitness into it with strength training and something that felt more like boot camp and CrossFit to help me with running. I knew I had to be more intentional about strength training, and that is hard to do. So now I've got to figure out how to do my running, but also how to fit in lifting and stretching and other things that would keep me in shape.
Awesome. So what has been your motivation and your goal throughout this process?
My goal with running, actually it's twofold. One, it's health related. Mm-hmm. I think as a woman, as a black woman, it is so important to me to stay on top of my health.
Right.
So I balance that out with maybe not the best nutrition, but I am very conscious of what I eat. Mm-hmm. And staying active and staying fit is just, I have to do it. That's how I feel about it.
Gotcha.
And I want to be able to do it my whole life. Right. I often say, if I don't take care of my body, where will I live? And so it motivates me to make sure that I'm taking care of my body, same way as I take care of a house or any other investment. And so that's probably my biggest motivation. And secondly, I want my children to see it, to see what it looks like to balance fitness with your life and not make excuses. There's always a way that you can get active.
That's awesome, April. Tell us a little bit about the kids. Age ranges, what are they doing?
So if I went from the youngest to the oldest, I have an 8 and a 9-year-old, and my 8 and 9-year-old are in elementary school, 3rd and 4th grade, and they are active. It's funny, my 9-year-old is quite the gymnast, and we got him involved in that because he loves to move around and jump, and it was a way for him to learn how to control that in a positive way.
Gotcha.
And my 8-year-old actually plays football. He is phenomenal. He has loved football since he was 4. You ask him any statistic and he's going to tell you. So he plays football, and then it jumps up to my 20-year-old who actually plays Division I football at Coastal Carolina. He is in the honors college there, and he balances his academics with his athletics. I have a 24-year-old son who plays professional soccer. He's played soccer since he was 6 years old. Played club soccer for CSA in Charlotte, and then played college soccer at University of South Carolina. Mm-hmm. He played professional soccer in Charlotte for the Charlotte Independents, and then this year, a pro team in Australia asked him to come play, and so he is now playing professional soccer in Australia. I love it. He'll be back in September to tell us all about it.
That is great.
I have a daughter who is 26.
Okay.
She just graduated from Wake Forest with her Juris Doctorate and her MBA.
Okay.
She'll sit for the bar exam in a couple of weeks and relocate back to Charlotte. She was a cheerleader, but she also ran track. She ran track in middle school and high school. She ran Division I track at University of South Carolina. She was a heptathlete, and she's still very athletic. And it's funny, it feels like a family affair.
Right.
I have tons of pictures of us doing CrossFit together and going to the Y together. My oldest daughter, who is 28 years old and also the mother of my only grandchild, also ran track when she was in school, and she still runs. And there are many times when she has accompanied me on races, everything from 5Ks to half marathons.
Wow. So you have an athletic family.
We do.
So where does hubby fit into all of this?
Oh my goodness.
Is he home watching the kids?
No, ironically enough, my husband's love and passion right now is fishing.
Okay.
And so we give him room to go out and fish, but because we set up a home gym in our garage, you have to walk through that gym to get from your car to the house. And so for a little while he avoided it. We have a membership to the Y, and he would get up there sometimes and work out. But eventually he got out there and started bench pressing, and he caught the bug. And so now my husband is diligent. He gets up early in the mornings and he goes to our home gym and he turns on a lot of his motivational music and he gets in a workout.
Awesome. So April and I met at the chamber. So we got to talking, and you know, she catches your eye. You're like, okay, you're fit. You're a grandmother. You have 6 kids. You have a business. You have a husband. How are you getting it done? So tell everyone else, we've talked a lot. How do you get it in? How do you fit it into your busy schedule?
Well, I would say for starters, I'm intentional, and I have people who hold me accountable.
Okay.
So I have great neighbors who also run, and she will text me religiously. We're meeting at 5:15 in the morning to go running 3 miles today or 5 miles today, and so it holds me accountable on those days when I think it's too humid, I'm not going. I go anyway. Because I want to feel good when I run, I'm motivated to get into our home gym and work out. Whether it's a 15-minute quick workout or I have more time to do an extended workout, I do that. But before I had the home gym and I had to figure out how to work out, I worked out doing chores in my house. And so I bought a weight vest, which I'll show you soon. I bought a weight vest, I bought ankle weights, I bought 1-pound hand weights, and I would do housework wearing weights because I just didn't have the time to get in my car and go to the gym and, you know, get on the equipment and get back home and then fix dinner. So I could fix dinner while I got a workout, and I'll show you exactly how I did that.
Okay. Well, we're going to go take a look at this home gym and see how April makes it all happen.
Yes. We'll go out through the front door.
Okay.
So we set up our home gym because even though we're members of the Y, and I'm a member of LA Fitness and CrossFit Gym, it's just not always convenient to be able to pack everything up and get to the gym and squeeze it in your schedule. And so it just became very convenient that I could step out of my house, literally, and get started with the workout. And so it took a while for me to kind of envision how was I going to convert the garage and make it look like a gym. And so I knew I wanted to get rubberized flooring. It's important to protect your knees and not take a bad spill. And so, you know, piece by piece, I put these together. Then I put up the blackboard so that I could have the visual of seeing what I was doing for the workout. And then everything else we just built over time.
Yeah, and it looks like you've been going to the gym, you've been getting this instruction or learning things, and then you've incorporated it into your home. So
Absolutely.
now you don't have to rely on the gym.
That is correct.
Awesome.
That is correct. And so, you know, I'm getting older. Like I said, I have the 6 children. I'll be 50 years old on my next birthday. And so it's important for me to preserve my knees and to preserve my hips. And so I love running. I try to do at least 4 half marathons a year, and that requires intense training. And so I had to learn how to train for a distance race without running up and down the road every day and wearing out my knees and my hips. And so that became really huge, and that's why I have the rowing machine, which allows me to get a cardio workout while staying stationary, which is really important when you're a runner. So the first thing I want to show you is what I did before I had the gym all together. And this is an 8-pound weight vest.
Okay.
I got it
where?
I got this from Target, actually.
Okay.
Yeah. And so I would put the weight vest on. And I would throw on my ankle weights, just like this. These are, same thing, 4-pound ankle weights that I would get from Target. You can get them from Walmart, you can probably order them from Amazon. These are 1-pound hand weights, And so I would put on my hand weights. Now you can't actually do the dishes with the hand weight on, but if you're loading a dishwasher, it's great. And
putting
if
the
you're
dishes away,
absolutely, if you're doing other housework, dusting, these will really give you a workout if you're folding clothes because you are constantly reaching and bending. And so then I would put intention into it. If I had to walk and put something away in my house, instead of walking with the 4-pound weights on, I did knee raises. So I would walk this way, which would give me a workout. If I had to stand and do the dishes or put things away, I would just stand and do this. Or if I was cooking in front of the stove, I could do this. If I had to pick something up, instead of just bending down, I would go into a squat. I would pick it up this way. So the 8-pound weight vest was doing some work.
Wow.
So I just figured out how to make it work in my own home.
That's awesome, April. I think you're going to be such an inspiration to all of us who are trying to figure it out, how to get it in.
Yes.
Wonderful. So this looks pretty intense.
Yes. Because I'm a runner, I have to keep my legs in great shape. Not just my legs, but my core. And so this bar here is for back squats. And I put this towel here just to protect my neck.
Right.
So right now, it's not very heavy. It's set up at about 75 pounds. I usually back squat a little over 100. But I come out this way and it's really cool because you can turn on music or watch TV.
Yeah.
And I would do this. And I try to get in, when I'm doing this, usually about 100. So I'll break it up in sets of 20 or 25.
Wow.
And just get my back squats in.
I'm getting some serious great tips here.
Another great one is the wall ball.
Okay.
And this is a workout my husband prefers because it allows you to do kind of a bunch of different movements. And I am by no stretch a trainer. So many of the things I've learned from listening to the trainer.
Okay.
This does my abs. This gets my arms. This gets my legs. This gets my legs. And mountain climbers really help with my cardio.
This is a sample of what we're about to see April do at our fitness challenge coming up this Saturday, July 22nd. April, I think you're going to give some folks a run for their money. Are you excited?
I am ready.
All right. Thank you so much, April.
Thanks.
So you're such an inspiration to me.
Thank you.
I'm taking some tips away from this. I hope everyone who's involved in this process, which is what it's all about, is
Yes.
This is the month to encourage people to get up, get physical, get fit. No excuses. A mom, a mother of 6, a grandma is getting it in. I don't think anyone else can make any excuses.
Gotta do it.
Okay, we'll see ya.